Hi there, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I got a very interesting question the other day about depression and Social Security disability. And this is a question that was really phrased differently than one I'd ever seen before, so I thought I would try to answer it on the video. And that is, what are the vocational issues, the work activity limitations that arise from depression? And the reason that's a really good question is that the person who wrote it seems to understand that the issue in a Social Security case is what impact his or her depression would have on that person's ability to work. And that's really the core issue in a disability case. How does your medical problem or mental health problem impact your capacity to work? So in a depression case, I made a little list of the things I think that would be impacted, and these are the things that I would really try to bring out both in testimony and in the written record, and ideally in a functional capacity form completed by a treating psychiatrist or psychologist, or even a therapist of some type, to really explain to the judge the implications of depression. So some of the things that you're going to find are impacted if you're depressed would be things like attention and concentration, difficult to stay focused on something, difficult to concentrate on tasks at hand, difficulty getting through the workday without interruption from mental health symptoms. And this is typically things like crying spells, or again, problems focusing and tendency to kind of drift off and really think about things that are really not relevant to work, maybe mind racing, things like that. Sometimes even paranoia can come into play there. Behaving in an emotionally stable manner. If you're at work and you are, again, crying, or you're very focused on what you're depressed about, or if your depression has simply got you where you just have no energy at all, very difficult. That kind of gives off a very bad vibe certainly in a retail setting, and it would make it difficult to sustain work there. Memory can be impacted by depression. I know people who are depressed sometimes have problems with short-term memory, difficulty learning new tasks. Those things are implicated. Interacting with coworkers, supervisors, the general public. These are things that clearly would be impacted by depression. A person who is severely depressed would not be somebody that would be a good customer service representative, not be good dealing with the general public, might have trouble interacting with coworkers or supervisors, and so forth. Keeping the appropriate pace of work. That would be something that would be an implication. Again, people who are depressed sometimes work a little more slowly, and that would be hard to keep a job with that. Persistence at a task. Again, easily distractible by things. Obviously, missing time from work would be a big one. Taking unexcused absences. So these are the things that I would focus on in a depression case, where I would really try to ask my client about these type of limitations and how depression or even side effects from medication might cause some of these problems in a work setting. And if we can build those limitations to a level where the judge sees them that they're so limiting that this person could not function in a competitive work environment, we're going to have a pretty good chance at winning. But that's how I kind of build the case, how I practice my testimony with my clients ahead of time, so that we can really focus on the specific activity limitations that are really important in a work setting, so that we really improve our chances at winning. And this is what you got to practice at. So this is not something you can do in 10 minutes before a hearing. This is something that I take an hour and a half, 2 hours with my client, ideally in person, in my office, so that we can really make sure we're both on the same page with this. Hope this has been helpful. Again, I'm Jonathan Ginsberg, and if you have any questions about this issue or anything else with Social Security disability, I want you to feel free to contact me. I'm happy to help in any way I can. Thanks a lot.